3:30 p.m. today, the Fresno Police Department received a 911 call regarding a disturbance that was occurring here in this apartment complex. The information was the male caller said that a female was outside, was dancing around talking to herself, and when the officers arrived, what they found was that the male, who was a tenant in the apartment, was outside, and the female had made her way inside of the apartment. He asked the officers to have her removed from the apartment because she was trespassing. The officers did make entry into the living room area of that apartment. It is a very confined area within the as they enter, and suddenly a female appeared from the kitchen area. She was armed with a large knife with about an 8-inch blade. The officers had a plan prior to going in. One of the officers was armed with a taser, and the other officer provided cover with a handgun. The female again appeared armed with the knife, advanced towards the officers. The officers told her to drop the knife. One of the officers then deployed a taser. It appeared to not have the desired effect as she continued to advance towards the officers in this relatively confined area. The officer felt threatened at that point and fired his firearm at the female. Unfortunately, this female was pronounced deceased after the officers attempted to provide first aid and CPR to the deceased person. And so at this time, we are conducting an investigation with our investigators, monitored by the District Attorney's Office, and we'll provide an update as we get more information. This is preliminary information. I don't know the degree of that relationship, that there was some type of relationship between the male and the female, and we're not certain as to what degree. We also know that we had a prior call with this female back in the middle part of February. She was displaying some erratic, bizarre behavior at that time, and so it appears that the behavior she was displaying today may have been similar to that. We did locate the knife next to her. It looked like to be a kitchen carving knife with about an 8-inch blade, and it also appears that one of her wrists had what looked like some slash marks or cut marks. We don't know if that is recent or if that is prior injury. The male who called in today is a victim in this call. He is being detained and interviewed by the investigators. We won't know for certain. It looks like it does appear that she was shot in the lower extremity and at least one time in the upper extremity, or the upper torso.